That he had a meal just scared my daughter.
All of you get out! You rip your hair off!
I am here today because I am having to defend myself. It was basically the last 30 seconds of a total of 18-minute interaction. Somebody came to my home, 3 cars with blacked out windows came to my home, outside my house, beeping horns, revving engines, and then I think a bit of his backstory for trying to defend himself. Then we took him to show him where he lives. What a day to ruin a 10-year-old's birthday. Okay, let me prove what actually happened and then we'll come back to this. Blue BMW X5 parks outside the entrance to my property. So if you wanted to get in or out of my property, you couldn't. It's blocked.
Jake's like a weirdo, love. Move on.
Weird. Who the f does that?
This story is actually insane. I'm not even kidding. Good morning, everyone. Never in my life would I believe that Eddie the Beast would get into a controversy of his own. But let me preface that it was one twisted to make him look as bad as possible. Because the quick rundown of this is that there was a clip going around on Facebook or wherever where he was punching a guy's car and yelling at him. Now that clip surfaced online about on Monday. But just yesterday, Eddie dropped a response about how that wasn't the full story. Because it turns out that those guys were massive pricks off camera. I ended up watching his whole response and my god, it makes me feel so bad for him. Not just with this interaction, but with how difficult it is for him with some of these fans.
That he had a meal just scared my daughter. Eddie Hall.
Eddie Hall?
See that? Scared Marnie then. I am.
Oh. Is that Eddie himself? Oh, he looks angry. Bro, he could flip the fucking car if he wants. Is he punching the fucking car?
No.
What is that? Oh my god. Can I shows on YouTube? He's like, he's punching a car, right? It's not like actual real violence, like real gory violence.
You rip your head off! All of you get out! You rip your hair off!
Bro, imagine, is this on Instagram? Imagine like seeing a video like this with Eddie Hall, like being the chef of a car, and that's like fucking 6 likes. Like that would be like the most legendary for you.
What the f?
Oh, they were a kid in the car. Oh god.
What?
As you might not, yeah, like the guys in the car, the BMW, and this one as well recording, I think they were harassing Eddie Hall, to my knowledge, so far. But even that, I feel bad for a kid.
Yo, he's mad.
See a fucking beast like Eddie Hall chase after them.
What the f? Man, he just tried to grab me out the car. Yo, what the f?
Bro, he lives in a nice neighborhood, holy shit. I'm kidding.
He's just tried to grab me out the car. He's just tried to grab me out the car. He come, I was just sat there on my phone.
I'm pretty sure from what I saw it on Reddit, right? Apparently the guy in these guys in the car were harassing him or like recording him non-stop.
Scared Marnie.
Hey guys, hope everybody is well. Now, I am
Eddie Hall.
here today because I am having to defend myself through the shit-slinging match that's happening online at the minute. A video has been posted, as you've just seen.
I feel so bad for this guy. Like, okay, so far, you know, from the story I have so far in my head, right? He was just, you know, he got harassed, and in this very unfortunate clip, he looks like the bad guy. You know, he's the one that fucked up.
Online.
And he has to make this like this gay response video when he should be fucking like lifting weights. This poor bastard getting dragged in like some gay internet drama.
Was basically the last 30 seconds of a total of 18-minute interaction.
Oh, 18 minutes.
So if you can imagine, somebody came to my home, three cars with blacked out windows came to my home, outside my house, beeping horns, revving engines, very loud exhausts.
Wait, is it morning as well? Like from the sky, I can see it right now on the right. It looks like it was morning.
Basically sat there for a total of 10 minutes before Alex went out to tell them to go away, very politely.
Is Alex his wife?
I might add. They
Or daughter, or
moved
daughter?
from one side of my driveway to the other side of my driveway and stayed there for a further 7 minutes. Okay, this is after the
What a waste of time, actually. Like, even if you see Eddie, even if you want to see Eddie Hall ride the Beast, why would you give him just like standing there in your car for like 10 minutes or 18?
And that's when I came out. And look, they've been asked to leave politely. Asked them again with a bit more frown to it, and they still stayed there for another 7 minutes. So I was in the garden having a fire.
I'm guessing this happened recently, I guess. And today is Tuesday, so maybe it was like a Sunday, potentially.
Enjoying a nice
I feel
fire
like
with my son, smoking a cigar.
even more reason you to be pissed off because you're meant to be relaxing, and these shitters are harassing you.
Pretty chill. You know, I've just come back from a fight in Poland. I'm away 80% of the time. I don't live here. You know, I'm rarely here. I literally come here to see my kids. And I was in the garden, having a stogie with my son, just talking.
Wait, so if he wasn't there, would they just be harassing his kids when they have no idea he's even there?
Really nice.
Oh, that's
things,
pathetic.
You know, and then Alex sort of comes to me, tells me what happened. I look on the CCTV and they're still there. So I go down. I've got no intention just to get these people to leave my property. I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to.
Also, I feel like that's illegal by itself. I'm not sure. I want to say it's illegal, to record someone's domain when that's not public info yet. But two things, that's probably not the case. And second of all, the fact that they knew where he was, that means his address is unfortunately already doxed.
I don't
so
want
I'm not
to
sure.
upset them. I just want them to leave. I want to add that there are kids involved, and up until that last 30 seconds, I did not know kids were involved in the scenario. My wife didn't know there were kids in the car.
Even then, I feel like, I don't want to say the people in the cars, use the kids as a defense, but bro, how can you get angry at us? We got kids in the back, right? But even that does not excuse, you being a shitty, and it shouldn't stop you, from if you're already being diplomatic in the beginning, it should not stop you from just, raising your voice or being, a bit more pushy to get them the fuck out of there.
All the windows are blacked out. No kids said anything. How would we know there were young children in the car? We just didn't.
I don't blame them by any metric at all.
I want to go over
I blame the
video
assholes.
itself, right? It just shows me blowing up a blue BMW driver who is literally parked literally 5 meters from the entrance to my property, and I'm just telling him to leave. I'm just like, I don't want to hear.
I feel like even that is the most basic breaking of the law, because I'm not sure if you can park or block someone's entrance.
You've got to say,
like
you've been
traffic
asked
laws.
to leave quietly. You've been asked to leave with a grunt. Now just fuck off. Just get the away from me. Get away from my property. Get away from my family. Just fuck off. I don't want to hear what you've got to say. It's 9 p.m. on a bank holiday Monday, but I leave the weekend, and then these people come decide.
Even that's more worrying. If it was in the morning, that'd be bad. But if it's at night, or nearly nighttime, I mean, it's sunny in the video, of course, but 9 p.m. is almost, about to break dawn. Yeah, that'd be more scary
for everybody.
Than in daylight.
I'm telling this guy to fuck off, and this last bit of interaction looks bad at first face value. It looks really bad, okay? But when you get the context to it, you'll understand why. So, I'm telling this.
I don't want to say that people should have recorded the interaction from the beginning. But I think it's super bad faith to record the last 40 seconds, Were they baiting for a bad interaction, and that's why they were saying it for so long? No, there's no way.
Just get away from my house, get away from my family.
No, but they were saying it for 18 minutes. But what else did they want saying for that long?
You're scaring my kids. They're in bed. They're looking out the windows. Why is the cars there sat there with blacked out windows, revving their engines? Just go away. I've got no interest in what you've got to say. He then says something like, look, I just want to get a picture with my kids. I'm like, I don't care, mate. I don't care. Just fuck off. Just fuck off. And he says, you're upsetting my kids. And you can hear in the video, I was like, what about my kids? You want me to respect your children's emotions, respect my...
Bro, what kind of deadbeat dad are you to take your kids in your car and harass Eddie Hall, in his property?
Children's emotions.
It's a fucking bank holiday. Go home. Go to a fucking pub garden.
And then he starts creeping away. And as he's creeping away, he looks at me and he says, I'm going to knock you the fuck out. And of course...
The goal to say that to Eddie the Beast.
After an 18-minute interaction, I'll prove it with the CTV in a second. You see red. I'm protecting my kids. I'm protecting my family. You don't say that to someone when they just want you to leave their property.
I'm sorry, but in the UK, when you're saying that to somebody, right, and you're invading their privacy or very intentionally, harassing them, you have every reason to be knocked out. I'm sorry.
So I blow up.
I don't condone violence in any shape or form, but fucking logic, 2 + 2. If you're out there in the street out in public, yeah, you're asking for it.
Get out.
I have no sympathy for you, unfortunately.
Twist your head off, all that kind of thing. And then on that last bit of the video, I could see the guys filming me through his window. So I ran towards the car just to grab his phone, just to throw it in a bush or something, just to be like...
That's just funny, actually.
I didn't get a hold of him. I didn't get, but I think I clipped the side of the door with my hand. Just didn't manage to get a hold of the guy at all, unfortunately. And then he continues to film as he's further down the road, film me, my Crocs came off. I didn't have them in sport mode. The back of the Croc.
No. And how can you fucking hate them? Just funny.
I didn't have that set, so my Crocs fell off my feet. Luckily, I didn't.
I mean, like no shit towards Eddie Wright, but with how big he is, I don't feel like he could chase after a car. He'd be a bit slower, in my opinion.
But yeah, and he continues to film. I mean, I will add, he's filming whilst driving, and I know for a fact he didn't have a seatbelt on.
Ooh, UK police.
And
you know what you have to do.
I'll go on the next comment here. He claimed that this is from Callum. I'm not going to say his second name. I'm going to blur his second name out because I don't.
Oh, he's being so smart about this. Like he actually knows like basic internet etiquette or like basic response etiquette. Do you know, bring more fuel to the fire. He was answer their names.
This guy
last names.
Harassed. I don't want this guy to get people, vigilantes, to go into his property, beeping the horn, offering him out for a fight. He's got kids. I don't want anything to happen to this gentleman other than this response video, just to clear my name, just to squash his accusation.
That's what apparently I saw like a news article being written about this. Like fucking people, like publications like, the Mirror, the Daily, whatever, like they all made articles about this where Eddie looks, like the worst guy. Like they don't speak ill of him, but of course, the headlines being like, Eddie Hall harasses, punches fucking car in front of whatever. Because his name's already being sullied in this.
He posted that video
so far from like one day.
Facebook. This accumulated within an hour, 2 hours, 1.5 million views. It was going viral. And you can imagine me sat there at 10 o'clock at night watching this video get posted. Everyone's blasting me. Everyone's calling me every name under the sun, saying I'm disgusting. How dare you react like that in front of children? But let me give it all context in a little bit. So, Callum writes, Big Eddie, I'm going to read it in my English because his English just is terrible. Big Eddie Hall coming, smashing our cars and punching me in the jaw and scaring our kids.
Punching you in the jaw? What do you want?
For no reason at all. Damaging
I think he took a swing at the guy, but he didn't hit him in the jaw.
The cars, we were nowhere near his house or the house. And then I think a bit.
What a fucking rat, dude! Just lying intentionally.
His backstory, trying to defend himself.
But bear in mind, Eddie. Unfortunately, I have to uphold my standards, right? He hasn't shown any proof of that was his house, at that time. But I have no reason to believe him more than the fucking rat harassing him, just filming him in his car. So I trust him more than Callum, the random, filmer.
We went to a local pub. We went to a local pub to Eddie Hall for my cousin's 10th birthday. We hoped to catch him there. Then we took him to show him where he lives. What a day to ruin a 10-year-old's birthday. And then
even he admits, it was wait, what? He's such a rat, dude. No way. Okay, first line, right? Nowhere near his house. Right there below it. We went to Eddie Hall's house, show where he lives.
But not to mention,
bro, you cannot make white trash this dumb.
The stress caught to my
if
missus
they're white,
37 weeks.
By the voice, you could tell.
Okay, let me prove.
Oh, bro. He even threw his fucking wife into the mix. Not to mention the stress caused to my missus, who's 37 weeks pregnant. Right, first of all, fuck you. Second of all, 37 weeks. Just get it done.
That actually happened, and then we'll come back to this, okay? But he's saying I punched him in the jaw and smashing the cars up. Did you see any of that in the video? And you can clearly see as he's driving off. If I'd have hit that guy in the jaw, I think he would have said, ow. I think he would have been like, oh, you bugger, oh.
That's true.
Some kind of reaction. But
when you have the adrenaline, you probably won't say, ouch.
I did not touch the guy whatsoever. So we can clearly say, smashing the cars up and I've jawed him. He's a liar. First off, he is a liar. He's trying to suit the narrative to suit his objective, which is to make me look like a twat. And he was doing a good job at first. Let's just move on to some of the comments.
Oh, God.
I didn't manage to get many.
Bro, the poster already is a fucking moron, a Weasley little liar. I don't want to see like what the comments are saying.
comment screenshots because the
Like
video.
I'm gonna give way more shit to the poster than the commenters. Like, the commenters, you know, from their point of view, all they know is 30 seconds. They don't have like the back knowledge. Meanwhile, Callum, like he knows the full story, and he intentionally lied about it.
Removed it for all the backlash he was getting. But there's a lady here. I'm gonna put it in proper English because it seems that people.
Bro, a fucking like a 7 foot tall meathead has better grammar than you.
I'd call the police. Who does he think he is? That's disgusting with children in the car, for fuck's sake. What a prick he is. So it gives you some idea. That's just like 2 or 3 comments that I managed to sort of screen.
Like, he's showing more proof, like, you know, not that the dumb people, but most like, you know, that the narrative that was twisted was brought up, was believed.
But the comments were going off. Every single comment was, what a bell end, roid rage, fucking disgusting behaviour.
Oh, that's just shitty, actually. Roid rage.
I hope he gets jail time for this. He just horrible things. People saying horrible things about me, just jumping to conclusions, not having the narrative to the story at all. So he's basically said,
captions.
and let's just find his comments, right? So okay, so let's go. So he's replying to someone here. So he's replying to someone, Jake Skies. Jake Skies has nothing to do with this.
But I'll put it, you know, just to make it easier for me, I'll put it on a bit of a quicker speed. You know, that makes it easier to react to videos.
In hopes to bump into him as it's the little lad's 10th birthday. We then went to his street, maybe 2 doors up. 2 doors up.
Which was it? So I was really quick. We had a meal at the local pub in hopes to bump into him as it's the little lad's 10th birthday. We then went onto a street maybe 2 doors up, and this happened. Wouldn't understand if we was causing trouble, but sat there minding our own business. Or so even then, like, you know, they somewhat admit that it was sitting there minding their own business, whatever. Why did you go to a street after the pub? The pub isn't on there.
We'll get to that in a second.
Wait, is Jake Sykes the... What a shite name, Jake Sykes. Is that like the other guy in the car?
This happened.
The other
I
driver?
would understand if we were causing trouble, but sat there minding our own business. Okay, I think it's time we jump to the CCTV. Okay, so this is at exactly 8:30 p.m. I'll show the timestamps in a second. 8:30 p.m. outside my house. So you see the car, a blue BMW X5 drive past my house. Okay, there's the timestamp, 20:30. Then followed by a black BMW. And then if you look on the left here now, a silver Ford Focus, I believe, pulls up.
You can see it.
That's innocent at first, isn't it? But wait, okay? So the silver Ford Focus parks directly opposite the entrance to my property. The 2 cars that went past turn around and come back. This gentleman decides to get out of his car, check something in his back seat. I can't see any kids there. I'm sorry. Well,
you can't see the kid, but you can see like his fat ass crack.
Windows, how would I know? Blue BMW X5 parks outside the entrance to my property. So if you want,
also, bro, I'm so like even this, you know, I don't want to be a stickler, but like they're blocking, like, you know, the fucking the road, like not just the entrance, but also
get in
the
or out
road.
of my property, you couldn't. It's blocked. Okay. Followed very short.
Actually, you probably could get out there, you know, in this small sliver for the car.
The black BMW pulls up behind the blue BMW. So as you can imagine.
Wait, so how many fucking people are there? 2 cars or 3 cars? I'm not getting angry at Eddie. I'm more angry, you know, beside these people.
Alex.
Like these rats, you know, they have like a bank holiday and they're spending it by going in front of like Eddie Hall's house for like up to 20 minutes.
She's in the bedroom. She sees, here's the engines. Looks out the window. There's beeping going on. And she sees these 3 cars.
Were they beeping?
Okay.
I'm not hearing the beeping so far, but in his offense, most like shitty, cheap CCTV cameras don't record audio.
This gentleman now, he walks around, he veers into the property.
Even this is fucking worrying.
I mean, that's quite intimidating, isn't it?
Yeah,
blacked out cars turn up, someone comes and leaks into your property like that. What the fuck would you think? He then goes and talks to the owner of the blue BMW. So this happens at 8:30 p.m. Okay? Engines running, beeping, cars coming past, squeezing in between the cars. He's left his car door open, the silver cars. People are coming past, they're beeping the horns. They're waking my kids up. Right, so we're going to forward
they probably have it now.
39 p.m. Okay? Look at the car, the silver car.
The gates are open.
9 minutes later. The gates are opening. Alex goes outside to have a word. So Alex goes out with the dog.
Okay, we're guessing camera.
3 cars, blacked out windows.
Oh, bro, she even brought a dog as well. Oh, God.
People waving in the gate, you don't know what the fuck they want. So Alex goes out.
I mean, I feel bad for her, because, you know, like any woman having to confront three fucking strangers, parked in front of a house, she would be concerned.
That dog, who, by the way, is very highly trained and 1 point and a word. Good night. So she has one of these.
If fucking bites the balls.
From what she tells me, that unfortunately there is no audio on this section. It's too far away and they're too quiet. The only audio we capture is from the front door for recording conversations with people on our doorstep. Okay? So she
And just overlay the audio with a
she
front door.
explains to them that, look, we understand your fans. We get people parking outside our house all the time. We had 2 other incidents earlier this day. Luckily, we just say, look, it's a private home, they go. No qualms. They just understand. You say it and like,
I want to take back what I said before about him having no evidence, because this is enough for me.
Sorry.
I would believe them initially, because, I would trust them more than those rats. But yeah, you just got the evidence right
These
now.
guys,
So I would shut and close case.
Okay, so Alex goes out, she explains to them, come on, like this is like my kids are trying to get to sleep. You've been out here 9 minutes, you've been revving your engines, there's been cars beeping. Can you please leave?
What a waste of fuel, actually. Like, aside from the distraction and all the fucking hubbub being caused, what a waste of money as well. Burning fuel to rev your engine.
And apparently the woman was quite argumentative, just saying to Alex, like, this is a public road, we'll sit where we want, blah, blah, blah. So Alex then comes back in with Wolf, as you can see here.
It blows my mind, like, people this dumb, like, drive fucking trucks like that. I mean, it's not a truck, right? But, like, that blue BMW, was it? That's bigger than the average car on the road. Somehow, she can legally drive that. What is fucking idiot.
Okay, so 2040. So they've been sat outside the house exactly 10 minutes.
Now, the most I can say against Eddie, right, is that, just call the police. But, like, once again, 2 + 2 logic. Not every single man's gonna be like a stickler like me, call the police. They would just confront them that easily.
Said a word, she starts walking back in. Let's play from there.
Also, the story is that, he went up to them and then he lost his cool. So even more reason that he didn't do that.
Alex thought they'd move on, Done. They'll understand. It's a private home. Don't harass us here. We're going to swap angles in a second. Okay, so on face value, it looks like they moved away from this angle, but wait, there's more angles. Just wait. Okay, so Alex up the steps, and this is where we've got audio. Okay, this is the only audio we've got recording outside. You can't hear people talking down the driveway, but you can hear shouting. Listen to this and watch the subtitles.
We have got cameras, so we will be taking your message. Keep moving. It's a public park.
Okay, well, let me just turn off the caption real quick so you can see it.
Yes, I know, but you're sitting outside our gate like a weirdo, love. Move on.
So, oh, God.
Alex, quite.
If I was a cop... No, I'm joking. That's fucked up.
You will be taking your edges. Keep moving. Now, look at the response here in the yellow writing. It's a public path. We can do what we want.
Yeah,
yes,
I already read it.
But you're sitting outside our gate like a weirdo. Love. Move on. Rightly so. It's f***ing weird. Who the f*** does that?
Yeah, and free cars as well.
How intimidating is that? It's this that triggers me. So Alex has obviously had a quiet word down there. They've moved to the other side of the gate. She's come up. She's got more like, come on. She just wants to go in and relax, put the kids to bed, sit down, have a cup of tea and chill out. Okay, Monday, 9 o'clock at night. What's her response? No, we'll stay. Okay?
Just the most anyone who lives in the UK, right? Like, that's like the most, I don't want to use the word Karen, but like, it's the most annoying archetype of a woman out in public. Like the kind of fucking, like, white trash that you never wish you could meet.
20 to 9. And you can see the cars. It looks like they move away, but we're going to swap angles now. You'll see in a second. So this is moving away from the property. 2 doors down. Just for reference, there are quite big houses on the street, and if they were 2 doors
but they're still blocking the road as well.
They would be literally 100 meters down the road. That's what I said in the comment. They were 2 doors down.
Such fucking liars, dude.
Other side of the gate. Okay, so you can see the blue BMW X5 is just parked just the other side of the gate. The Ford Focus, silver Ford Focus, is parked in the middle of the road, and the black BMW is just in front of the blue BMW.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is at 20 to 8. So let's see how long they wait outside the house. Even more. Okay, you can see here.
I was like, do you want to speed the playback time a bit more? I mean, already the captions are enough, so you guys can understand it.
On the other side of the gate for a further 7 minutes. Now at this point, I'm sat in the garden with my son, just enjoying a fire pit, and I was getting ready to go pretty soon, and I've got to go work. And she comes and explains to me exactly what happened. She came and asked them to leave nicely. She told them to leave a bit more abruptly, and then they sat outside the house for a further 7 minutes. I checked CCTV very quickly. I see what's happened.
Again, I really have to emphasize this. What a waste of time.
So I go down.
Just standing there or sitting there.
The black BMW in front of the blue BMW, I just go straight up to that car and I say, look, buddy, I don't care what you're here for. You've been asked to leave. F off. I don't want to hear it. Just f off. He tries to argue with me about something. I can't remember what he said, but the door opened and it was like, I was just like, mate, like second warning now. If there's a third warning, it's going to get nasty. Just f off. I closed his door. I then walked towards the silver car. And as I'm walking towards the car, I'm like, mate, just f off. Now, as I do that, he actually is like, okay. And he moves and he parks adjacent to the back.
Oh, I'm guessing, oh shit. I'm guessing the hierarchy, if you know who's the nicest, it might be the Silver Rider.
So he moves in front of the blue BMW.
Silver Rider, what am I saying?
Like parallel with the black BMW. I then, as you can see in the video, walk up to the blue.
I'm guessing like the woman is saying, no, we'll stay. I'm guessing that's the woman in the blue BMW.
BMW X5.
The blue,
That's when
that
they'll
was the
touch
worst
the
one
stars. So I'm
actually
gonna talk about
in
that
this
conversation a little bit,
situation.
'cause bear in mind, they've been outside the house at this point. Let me just forward on here. 20:47:43. So nearly 18 minutes. At this point, they've been outside my house 18 minutes, and you can see that blue BMW is still sat there. And that's when I'm having this argument with this blue BMW guy. Okay. So, and again, I don't care what they're going to say.
I'm sorry, but like, you know, like in my head, I'm being a bit quiet, right? Because like, I'm counting like every possible crime this could be. Like it's very minor ones, but like, you know, regardless, if you want to follow up with a police report, Eddie has them beat by tenfold, you know, blocking the road, harassing, you know, someone by just staying in the property, and loitering, maybe. I feel like, you know, that really coincides with, no, because I think loitering would have to be like in a public spot. But it is it is public, yeah, it's a fucking road. Blocking the road as well.
I just say to the guy, look, I don't care what you're here for, just f off. And he's like, what? I'm like, mate, just f off. You can see the aggression in his face. He's proper like scowling at me like, just like, how dare you talk to me like this? And I'm like, mate, I don't care what you're here for. Just f off. Just drive away. Just leave me alone. He then goes on to say something like, I just want a picture with my kids. And that's when I clicked that there was kids in the car. That's the first time I knew that there was kids in the car. And I was like...
So like even then, you're such a fucking weasel, you know, like you see somebody, no, that's so pathetic actually. You see somebody, you know, having like about to have a fight with you, and you're like, bro, there were kids in the car. Fair enough, right? But like, you're just freaking, just be diplomatic about it, you know, just sort it out. You know, you don't have to pull out the kid card.
I don't fucking care. No. What about my kids getting all stressed out?
What about the kids?
Lurk around their home. So I'm just like, I don't give a f. What about my kids? Just f off. I think I kept saying it 3 or 4 times. Just f off. Just f off. Just f off.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, even his wife might have told them, you know, there were the kids in the house.
And then he starts to crawl away.
But they can't really use that card against him.
Very slowly. Now. He's got this horrible meal look on his face, and he went, I'm going to knock you out. And I just saw red. I'm sorry. I saw red. Someone, he's been at my house, he's been outside the...
Nah, bro. He saw red, and he had Balkan rage.
...property, 18
and he
minutes.
Mango.
Harassing us. There's harassment, stalking, revving engines, beeping horns. It's just, come on, man, you don't...
The one thing I wish, like, for the audio is, like, being able to hear, like, the engine revving. I mean, I believe him so far, you know, because, like, no, he's lied about nothing else. I just want to see, like, you know, how loud they were revving it.
I saw red. I chased him a little bit. Well, not chased, I walked after him just to make sure he'd go. And then I turned to the black BMW, which is the one who was filming, Callum. Saw he was filming, and I thought, oh, God, the bastard. So I ran at him. I was just going to grab his phone and throw it in the bush. That was my intention. Didn't want to hurt him, didn't want to damage the car or nothing. And I ran at the car, and I didn't even touch the car. It was literally like he just sped off, and off they went. And then they continued filming me from up the street, saying I've upset the kids, and I tried to grab him, and all sorts. So it's just bullshit, man. Like, that's the truth. That's what happened. You can see by the conversation that Alex had with them. It was just like a f you attitude. We're here, we're not leaving. Oh, come on, 9 p.m. night on a bank holiday Monday. Okay, I have an interview with the police tomorrow on this matter, and this is after you were saying to...
no, hold on. Sorry. That's Callum. That's Callum saying he has a police interview. Bro, I'm sorry. You cannot fucking write people this dumb. They harass this guy in his own property. They block a road. They have like so much documented crime on camera, and they have the goal to believe like they could beat him in court. Also, they have the goal to, you know, believe like they could like have him arrested by the police, or like, the police should be, you know, involved in this.
Basically, hit with the jaw. And
this is so dumb, dude.
And then, I think this Jade, can't say the second name. I'll play the second name. As for beeping whores, none of us beeped other than a car that went past us. I mean, that, like, even if it was just that, right? You are blocking the road, your car's open, you've got a car in one side, one in the middle, one's got the door open, cars going past, beeping the horns. That's causing a disturbance. That's waking up the kids. Even if it was that once, which it wasn't, it was more than once. Okay, we didn't come to cause a nuisance. As a family, I wouldn't like that my son was hoping to bump into you several times at the local pub at Seabridge, but you weren't there. And by off chance, check to see if you...
My God, I'm sorry, this is like just stalker. Like, even if you're like the more... No, I'm sorry, like, even like the nicest fan, right? Even they would cross the line as a stalker. So, like, no, they're nowhere in the spectrum. I mean, they're on the spectrum, but, like, they're on the asshole spectrum, you know? Because they're not even nice.
If we saw you, why not approach a man?
Also, How do you know, what pub he goes to? Jesus.
Rather than
Is he like a local there?
he watches your
Or
videos like
a
all the
local
time, come
legend? I
across
mean, it's
as
Eddie Hall, but
people's eyes. Wow. Well, firstly, Jade, I want to massively, and I mean massively.
It was. I'm sorry. I'm gonna use it real quick. Why not approach with manners rather than biting? What, he was biting? What do you mean?
Apologise for upsetting your children. I don't condone that. If I knew from the instance that there were kids in the car, I would not have acted that way in a million years. But I didn't know that.
I don't. I'm sorry, bro. I feel bad for the kids, right? But when they're born to like fucking awful parents like that, they just, you can't avoid that shit. Like, it's not his fault. It's just, the parents' fault for like dragging them just kind of
I
shit.
didn't know that.
I'm sorry, but what fucking kid knows Eddie Hall or looks up to him?
I did not mean to upset your children. And to be honest, I didn't mean to.
My point would be like, it's definitely more for the parents, but they'd be like, oh, I brought my kids there, so you can see Eddie Hall. When they're like, yeah, Eddie Hall, I want to see him.
I just wanted you to leave me the fuck alone. If you want to get a picture with me, I'm out in the street loads, and I never say no to kids. Never. And you've got to appreciate, you think you're the only people to come to my properties and ask for pictures and autographs? Do you think you're the only ones? Because you're not. You are the third person that day. So put yourself in my shoes for a split second. You're sat at home, you're watching TV, your kids are in bed, and someone comes up outside a black window, beeping the horn. 3 cars, in fact. Sat right outside your house, beeping the horn. Car engine's revving. You go outside, you ask them to leave. They don't leave. What would you do? What?
And you feel like, as a big channel myself, as a soul, right? Because I'm massive. I understand, where it's coming from. Like when that happens, that sucks.
At the end of the day, okay, everyone's got a limit, and I'm afraid through everything that my family have been through, that go through on a daily basis, we've had enough. No one is welcome at my home. I've made that clear on my social media several times over. People come to my home. I'm sorry.
Wait, has this happened before as well?
I'm gonna get told to leave.
With like different fan?
I'm not doing pictures. Kids, adults, infants, babies, old people. I don't care. This is a place of peace. This is a place where my family come to feel safe. You are not breaking that peace for my family. You're not doing it. I'm not going to allow it. So this response, I am sorry for, but you were asked nicely. It was justified. I stand by
100%,
my actions.
100%.
I don't stand by upsetting your children.
Bro, he's still on business.
If it happened again, I would do exactly the same thing. If I knew the kids in the car, I wouldn't have acted like that.
So fucking based.
You have tried to paint me as a thug, as someone.
Now, normally I don't. Fuck. I normally say this, before in the past with shit like this, sue the person, but like I want to be like super charitable and just say, they were insanely dumb.
As a bully, as someone that just has no emotion.
I'm not sure. Fuck, I don't know. Do I want to advise Eddie Hall to like sue this bastard? I'm not sure.
Doesn't care about children. You have defamed him.
No, but I'm so like he lied about the situation. He recorded a very bad faith clip at the last minute, like where he looked the worst, and he uploaded that. Okay, aside from that, he lied about you people, that read the post, being like, this is like the first minute, like completely lying about the whole interaction and the whole story.
And these comments online, it's defaming, and the newspaper outlets grab it.
And most, I think, like he should be forced by law to like retract that and issue an apology.
And people have their opinions, and looking at the comments now I've got a few statements out, it's pretty good, people are sticking up for me, but there's always those that don't understand the situation, that won't read my response, that won't read the content.
I'm sorry, but I think people, like this is a very good indicator, right? Like there'll always be people that will see that video and then they see Eddie's statement and still believe the first guy, Callum, and there's nothing you can do about that. I'm sorry. Like that sucks as well. Like, there are people like so dumb, it does not matter what you tell them. They will just believe the first narrative because they're dumb
for
or whatever.
Innocently sitting outside the house with your kids. That's how you put it. And it just paints me as an ogre. And it's not fair. You people are the ogres. You people need to learn the lesson from this, not me.
Bro, he's calling fucking them. He's calling them ogres.
I feel like I need to really emphasize the stresses and strains that this has on a public figure's family.
Bro, he's so stressed. Like he's so stressed. Like he has a mohawk from all the hair loss.
For instance, if I take my kids to an amusement park, we haven't been for years, by the way, because of this. Every 2 steps, someone asks for a picture. It's for that individual person in their head, it's like it's completely innocent. They probably feel like they're the only person asking, but they're not. It is literally every 2 steps, and if I stop and do 1 picture, they just queue up. And you think about that, like I couldn't really care, but think about that from a kid's perspective. You go to an amusement park, and you've got to sit or stand there and watch your dad do pictures all day. That sounds great, doesn't it? The effect it has on my children is quite devastating, and you know what? I don't really give a fuck what people think about me. Like, I don't want you to feel.
You can probably just go check some foreign country like Belarus.
Sorry for me. Like, I have all this myself. I'm the world's strongest man. I've done a lot of YouTube videos. I'm very well known. I literally cannot go anywhere in the UK and most places in the world without getting stopped and asked for pictures and all
You can
that.
probably go to Mongolia, you know,
Which is
maybe.
completely fine, but you got to think it
Oh,
from
they would cherish him. They would cherish him as the second coming of Genghis Khan,
kids'
actually.
perspective, and that's where it just gets really sad, right? Like, dealing with that shit. Like, my kids just want to go to bed, you know? It's one of the most important things for kids is sleep, and you are disturbing their peace. You are taking away sleep.
I think like, this is the part of the video where it gets very emotional. Like, you know, from what I've seen so far from this entire story, he has every right, you know, to be a bit emotional. Like, bro, like they're harassing his kids
From
now,
my kids,
or back then.
my son, my 2 daughters that live.
And now like, he's having like his career, his reputation tarnished by this, by those rats
And that's
lying
just not
about
okay.
this
There was an instance this literally last
extensively.
week where the kids were in the garden and someone flew a drone literally 5 meters above the property, circling the garden, circling the house, and my daughter will not go out in the garden now because someone was flying a drone in the garden.
Oh
So she
my
was that shit
God.
scared. She will not go outside. And again, like, I've asked for this in a way, like, hold hands up, but the family
No.
home is a no. Like, it's just torturing the kids. It's just not fair. Shit like that last night. You gotta look at it from the kids' perspective, guys. I can't do anything. I can't take my kids to the park.
Bro, I feel so bad for him. Never in my life did I consider the kids of Eddie the Beast.
I can't take them
Who knew that even the Beast had a heart?
out for meals because I just get harassed that much. And when I do,
Beauty and the
I
Beast.
literally every 5 seconds have to say to people, I'm with my family today. Everyone's fine with that. Like, it gets irritating, but it's at least, you know, it's like they listen, they move on. It's still an irritant. But think of that from a kid's perspective. You go out for a family day out and someone comes up to you every 5 seconds. You're having a picnic on a grassy area, yeah? And someone walks up, can I have a quick picture with your dad? You walk into an house, can I have a picture? You walk in, you're sat having a meal. You're all sat there having a meal, putting food in your mouth. You might have to get a quick picture. It seems so innocent, but it just destroys our lives. It's just, there's nowhere where this is okay. It's just
I
not okay.
promise
It's
you,
gotta stop.
even after this statement, even after this video, there'll still be like, you know, annoying people. There'll be annoying people with good intentions, but like they will still harass them for pictures.
It's got to stop now.
Or potentially go as bad as that.
Really has.
I think the
I'll tell you how
drivers.
bad it gets for me, right? So, literally, the other month, well, I said the other month, a while ago, Alex,
This really feels like a emotionally dumping, which I don't mind at all.
lost our baby.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, I think I spoke over that real quick. No, I'm not gonna. Okay, he just said like his wife had a miscarriage. I'm not gonna play that again. I'm sorry for speaking over that.
And as I'm walking out the hospital, okay, someone asked me for a picture. I said, not today, mate. Call me a prick.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I don't want you to laugh at that. I don't want you to laugh at that. But the story, he walked out of a hospital after like some unfortunate news and oh my god, and some fan asked for a picture. Oh my, I'm using every fucking out of my body to not laugh at that.
He went online, posted online. I said, for a picture today. He's too big time. Wouldn't do a picture with me. What a prick. And it's like, I can't even lose a child. I can't even lose a child without someone coming and asking me to stand there and smile for their fucking precious picture for Instagram or Facebook or whatever. It haunts me.
My heart, okay, I'll say this right now, right? My heart goes out to Eddie, right? It is so unfortunate.
My life.
I wish it's like an impossible desire, right? But like I wish, you know, like this, like the entire community, like, you know, the entire like fan mindset to be healed after this. No, again, the guy asked him for a picture, right? He had no idea. No, I'm sorry. Use your fucking brain. You're in a hospital. The guy looks sad. You don't know it's a miscarriage. But like, what kind of news would make you look sad at a hospital? Fucking mongrel.
And then you get things like this that just think it's okay to come and fucking harass you any day of the fucking week. Whenever it pleases them, on their time, not yours, on their time. I'm genuinely sorry I upset your children. I'm genuinely sorry for anyone I've ever upset.
Oh my
saying no
God.
when I'm with my family or at home. I'm genuinely sorry.
This is like not fun at all to
Everyone has
watch.
limits. As you can see, I'm a human being with emotions and feelings like everybody else. So please respect it and respect other people in my position. Thank you for watching. Big love to Beast.
Oh my god. Holy shit, dude. That's it? That is it. That is it. Holy shit. Okay. Unfortunately, to like make my statement more concise, I'll have to like sort of like ignore that last segment. I mean, I wish the best for him, right? But like, okay, like let's try to remedy this instance. Fuck those people, like, you know, that are harassing him. They are like, oh, they're such scum for that. Like, okay, I'm trying, like, okay, let me be super charitable. Like, I'm always, you know, being very nice. Let's say they were just, no, they were being dumb, right? And they don't understand that harassing someone for 18 minutes in their own fucking property is that bad, right? Let's just say even that's moronic, okay? Nobody deserves to be respected if they're that dumb. And also, you know, bear in mind, breaking the fucking traffic laws by, you know, blocking the road with the free fucking cars, whatever. But I think the relative situation is that they're just fucking morons. The malicious morons, you know, the double M's. They don't care at all, you know. They want to be super selfish and get a picture with him, or, you know, like interact with him. Like they want it so bad that it will, you know, they will go that far to wait like 20 minutes or 18 minutes there is property. Like even if they don't want that, you know, the fact that he was so arrogant after his wife, you know, asked him to leave, and they were like, no, I think we'll stay. They're just the worst people imaginable to interact with. So that's reality, you know. Just malicious morons. They're also being ignorant to an extent. So my God. And also, you know, furthermore, to, like, you know, post a video in the worst way possible online, and, you know, make him look horrible. They're just so fucking, like, black-hearted, so super bad faith. So the most I can wish from this, you know, is that some I hope like this breaks through to like the dumbest fans possible, where they, you know, they realize like, oh, I love Eddie Hall, but I've seen his video, like his story, I don't want to, you know, harass him anymore. Like, you know, like even if you're super nice, right? Odds are after this, you won't want to, like, you know, annoy him by asking for pictures. Like if he's like in an event, go right ahead, you know, he's used to that. But if you see him out in public, you know, it's like just acknowledge him. That's it, you know, in your mind. Like if you can like see him out in public, you're lucky enough. That's it. But aside from, you know, that's all I have to say. Eddie, holy fuck, I feel so bad for you. I wish it's a very impossible wish, but like I wish, you know, moving on from this in the future, you even like your biggest fans, even your dumbest fans, will treat you nicely, you know, and will stop bothering you out in public. I wish that on you, man. You don't deserve any of this. Holy shit, dude.